I always tell people, like, I'm going to eat dinner tonight, whether or not you buy a house. So, and we're going to pay our bills this month, whether or not you buy a house. So I'm not overly attached to the outcome.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to push someone into something or lie. I'm just authentic.
Yeah. Welcome to the Dispatch on Purpose. I'm your host, Amy Dahl, and I am excited to have you join us back at our podcast where we talk about leadership, wealth building, generosity, and family success. And this week, we have a very special edition where we are interviewing REMAX agents from across the globe, all of my amazing referral partners. And today, my special guest is Jill Vodicka. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So you are from San Diego.
Yes.
You're my second guest actually from San Diego this week.
Right.
Because there are two amazing agents out there. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And yes, and then I married my husband, who was a Navy officer, aviator. And so then we traveled for 20 years and ended up in San Diego because that was kind of our favorite Navy place. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
Nice. And what did your husband fly?
A lot. He started in H-60s,
Yep.
And then he was an instructor pilot for the VTs,
Yep.
so T-34s, and then he switched to FTS or TAR and flew C-130s and then C-40s, which is the Navy's 737.
Nice.
And now he's a commercial airline pilot.
Oh, he is?
So, yes.
I didn't realize that. What airlines
for
are you with?
Southwest. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you were military as well?
Yes, I was in the Coast Guard, mostly reserves, and then, for 6 or 8 years. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So hence my San Diego referral partner for the military.
Exactly, and I kind of get the military thing since I did it myself and then lived it with moving with my husband.
Yeah. And what made you guys decide to settle in San Diego?
So when my husband Dave retired from the Navy, we were in Jacksonville, Florida, and we had actually planned on staying there. And that's when I got my real estate license because I hadn't gotten it sooner because we were going to be moving all the time. And so I was like, we're going to stay here. So I got my real estate license, and then he got his job with Southwest, and he got stationed in, or whatever it's called, I forget. Based out of. It's only my life, and I forget what it's called right now. But
well, you start running the civilian and the military,
right? Yes.
Yeah, with
so,
PCFs,
right? And all of our military around here this week. Yeah, I kind of blending all my terms. So anyway, he got based in Oakland. And so Oakland to Jacksonville just was not working. So, he said he would commute by air or by car, but just not clear across the country. So I didn't particularly like the idea of Oakland, so we did San Diego.
Yeah. How old were your kids then?
My son was 12 and my daughter was 10.
Yeah. So they pretty much grew up in San Diego then?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they kind of consider that their home.
Their home?
Yeah.
How old are your kids now?
Yeah. My son is 26 and my daughter is 23.
Nice.
Yes.
And you're in San Diego for good now then?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And went into real estate there?
I did. So I got my license in Florida and then did a little bit there and then came and straight away got my license in San Diego.
Yeah.
So, and that was in 2013. So
were you always with REMAX?
Always with REMAX.
In the same brokerage? Do you think?
So obviously in Florida, different
Yes.
brokerage. And then in San Diego, my brokerage was purchased about 5 years ago. So kind of the same brokerage, but not.
That's really cool because I talk to a lot of people. I tell people everybody at REMAX started somewhere else and they outgrow it and then they end up at REMAX. It is rare that you find somebody who is like REMAX through and through.
Yeah.
I don't know any different. I was always at a REMAX. I started at the very beginning and and stuck with it, never left. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Same.
really
So
cool.
same now.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah.
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 So what do you love about real estate?
I just love helping people. I love helping make that really stressful time
Yeah.
a little bit less stressful or as easy as possible. And I know a lot of agents like working listings, like that's the whole thing. And I kind of still love the buyers too, because I just love the excitement of finding the
Yeah.
perfect place.
Yeah. Is your market really busy for you guys still?
Yeah, we're pretty much generally, I feel like we're always busy. Of course, we've ebbed and flowed, but I think as long as, like, as far as listings go, as long as you're pricing your properties right and getting
Not like
them
it's
ready
2019.
properly. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you do a lot of staging? You're talking about prepping. Do you guys do it out there?
So yeah, we do staging. I would say not all properties need it. My big thing is clean and presentable and kind of doing all the small things.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to change carpet if your carpet's clean,
Yeah.
you know, and you don't need to change windows if your windows are clean.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and I think a lot of people miss that. They get scared to let their clients know what they need to do, and I'm like, I'm here to tell you the truth. So, if you don't want to hear the truth, then I'm probably not your girl.
Yeah, that blatant honesty. That's
Yeah,
a military background.
Yeah,
I'm just going to tell you like it is.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
why waste the time sugarcoating it?
Yeah, seriously. So you've been very successful at real estate. What do you think makes you successful?
I just think the honesty. I think I always tell people, like, I'm going to eat dinner tonight, whether or not you buy a house. So, and we're going to pay our bills this month, whether or not you buy a house. So, I'm not overly attached to the outcome.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to push someone into something or lie. I'm just authentic.
Yeah. It's just relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people
Yeah.
see right through that when you're not authentic.
Yes.
When you're trying to be somebody else.
Yeah. Sell them something they don't need.
Yeah. What do you think the hardest thing is in real estate? Or the hardest thing about your market? Because everybody's market's a little different too.
I think so. My kids were 10 and 12 when we moved to San Diego, and then, like true military family, we made another move when we were there, and so they were in high school when we moved to Carlsbad and switched basically to the area where we are now. And so I think it's taken me a little bit longer to break in to an area, not being from there and not having younger kids and just kind of breaking in. So that's been
So were you
my
north
hard
of that
part.
earlier and then you came down a little bit south? Explain for my viewers that are not from San Diego.
So we were south
South?
in San Diego.
You were in San Diego proper.
Actually, even south of San Diego in Chula Vista.
Yep. I am familiar there.
Yeah, in New Chula Vista, yeah.
Yeah.
And then now we are up north in Carlsbad and coastal. Yeah.
It's hard to start in a new market.
Yes.
You've essentially kind of started
Yes.
over.
Yes.
And you've got to build a reputation.
Yes, and that's what I thought I was going to avoid by waiting till my husband retired to get my license, and then
Yeah.
I went and moved 3 more times, so
Oh my
or
gosh,
2 more
that's
times.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you touched on something. Having children sometimes makes it a little easier because you network with moms.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
Yeah, with sports, and both of my kids did. My daughter did competitive cheer, which is not very local to your area. And then my son was a cyclist, like a bike racer. And so his team was based out of Thousand Oaks, which is like when
That's
we
where
lived.
I lived, actually.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, yes, at Point Magoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was
Yes.
way north when I was out there.
Yes.
So I have a sort of knowledge of San Diego because we used to catch the carrier out of San Diego.
Right.
But yeah, I was up in Thousand Oaks, Ventura County.
Yeah.
Only for 3 years anyway.
Yes.
Well, I was stationed there 3 years as a JO, as a junior officer, and I did 2 deployments in those 3 years and a set of workup. So I saw very little of California itself.
Right.
It would actually behoove me to come out and take a vacation and really see California.
You're invited anytime.
Awesome.
Yes.
Lots of friends. That's the
Yes.
beauty of the REMAX network. By the way, So the beauty of the REMAX network, I saw your bracelet,
Yes.
Limitless.
Yes.
Got my Unstoppable from last year, I think 2 years ago now. So what do you love about REMAX?
Oh, the networking and the just having other people that I'm very big on referrals. I send my military clients or any of my clients off with a referral, so I'm always giving referrals. And also, like, I have a lot of friends who call me and say, "Oh, hey, who do you know in, Norfolk, or who do you know, here?" And I'm always like, "Oh yeah, you got to call Amy, or you got to call, yeah." So, and REMAX is very good about doing that and kind of,
Amazing.
yeah, helping each other out.
Yeah, I can't imagine honestly being at a brokerage where we didn't have that referral network, especially for you and for me. We're both in military towns where people move every 3 years. Where I did, if you were with a smaller boutique brokerage trying to find a referral partner, reaching out. I see agents all the time. They reach out on these like real estate Facebook pages. Who do we know in Nebraska? And you don't know anything about that person, their qualifications, what their hobbies, anything. And we can go online and see what awards they've won, what qualifications. But even more than that, like we meet them here. So my podcast before you was with Kim Cotton, who's in North Carolina, who I just met today. My podcast producer knows her and works with her and had been trying to pair us up for a while. So I met with her and her broker, and I mentioned that I was doing one more tonight with Jill Vodicka, and she's like, "I love Jill," and I'm like, "You're in North Carolina. How do you know Jill in San Diego?" She's like, "I met her at dinner last year."
Yeah,
But
right.
these events are amazing for that
Yes.
when you're sitting and you're looking around the table and everybody's from all over the country.
Yeah, I actually met Lindsay in Omaha last year when we were here, and referred my husband's cousin to her, and they just closed a deal because being originally from Omaha, I'm always looking for someone in that
Yeah.
area, and yeah.
Wow, it's so funny. I just had an Omaha referral probably a couple months ago. Not even that long ago. They haven't even listed yet, and I sent
Going to
somebody
off
Omaha.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very small world. So what are your goals for this year?
My word for the year is systems.
Nice.
I'm working on tweaking my systems and getting everything really dialed in because I really do see the writing on the wall that we're going to be really busy this year, and it's already kind of happening before I'm ready.
Yes, yes.
Before
Did you
the
feel it
systems
too
are-
in
yeah,
January and
oh.
February?
I have lots of listings coming soon, and a few buyers coming soon. Yeah, it's
It's a great problem to have.
yeah,
great problem.
absolutely. I'm not
Yeah,
complaining.
in this
First
business.
world problems.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally first world problems.
Yes.
I felt it in January and February this year too. 25 was a good year. It was just weird, and the market's been a little weird. And but 2026, I feel like we're far enough out from those crazy 2.5-3% interest rates that people have forgotten about them and know that they're never coming back.
Right.
And they've settled into the fact that I am not going to get a 2.5% interest rate, and if I'm going to buy or sell, I might as well do it now.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's getting busy.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like you guys. We stay really consistently busy. Certain areas move faster than others, and if you're
Exactly.
priced right or in
Yes.
move-in ready condition, but we're seeing multiple offers already
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, I told Kim in the last podcast, I talked to my lender this past weekend, and she had written 11 pre-approval letters for different agents, and only 2 of those agents won their offers. She said the other 9 had multiple offer scenarios.
Yeah.
And
I'm in the midst of negotiating a multiple offer situation right now. So yeah, that's been my week.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
So where do the majority of your clients come from?
I would say referrals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside referrals, past client referrals, kind of a combination of both.
All of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. REMAX, past clients. Yeah.
Yeah. I am probably the same. How many times have you been here to R4?
I went, when I first moved to San Diego, I went probably 2014, 16, something like that. And then I didn't go.
Yep.
And then started back again in 2022. So this is like my 5th.
Yeah.
But my 4th. consecutive.
Yeah. What do you like best about it, other than the relationships? Because that's a given, the networking.
Yeah. And I do, I think I do like the sessions.
Yeah.
Definitely the opening and closing sessions, the big sessions I always do. And then the education. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done a lot of lunches?
A lot, lots of eating.
Yeah. I did AI class today, which was eye-opening. I mean, we think we know AI, and it changes. And as I was sitting in there, I was thinking about how, I don't know how long, or 15, 20 years ago, I was sitting in a class where the speaker was telling us, no, it was a main stage presentation, and Gary Vee, who's still around, he's actually speaking at Keller Williams this week, because they're having their conference as well. And he was talking about how we all need to look at Facebook. Like, Facebook is the new thing. You need to be on Facebook. And here we are, years later, and we're talking about AI and how technology just continues to evolve and change, and we're trying to keep up. And I think it's the hardest part about real estate is that we are professional marketers.
Yeah.
We have amazing people sitting behind us that do a lot of the work.
Yes.
But just keeping up with that marketing.
Yes. And I don't know if you remember this, but last year at R4, Michael Thorne spoke, and then another gentleman, which his name is escaping me right now, but they spoke about AI, and I was just like, oh, wow. And I had this realization that if I didn't jump on board with AI and jump on board soon, I would turn into my parents who thought that, the internet was going away.
Yes.
And they would never have to know how to use their computers.
Yep.
So, yeah. So here I am embracing the AI, but yeah, it's quick.
Well, and I remember when ChatGPT first came out, I actually stayed up like a couple nights in a row. I was so excited to learn about ChatGPT, and we thought it was just going to be something that we could ask questions for. And now the evolution of AI, where it'll be your entire virtual, it does everything now, right? I plan entire vacations using AI, and it plans the whole route and everything and the reservations. But I sat in a class today, and now I feel like the pendulum's about to swing the other direction, because in the class, the AI instructor, who I sat in one of his classes last year, maybe 2 years ago, he's from Arizona, and he was telling us like, oh, you can have it be your, you can use it for your likeness, and you can have it do this, and you can have it do that. Today, he sat back and said, you need to dial it back. Like, now we're getting to the point where people see through, and they want you to go back to being your authentic self. We use it to edit, and we make everything so perfect that the world's not that perfect.
Yes.
So it was interesting to watch the pendulum swing.
Yes.
So just like in real estate, everything swings. The pendulum swings.
In fact, my assistant had just sent me an email that she was doing for me today. And I was like, oh, no, scratch that last sentence. That does not sound like me. I would never say that many words. I think AI is great, but you can see right through it if you don't edit
properly. Yeah, so true. I've seen some videos where it looks like people have lost a lot of weight overnight.
Right. Yes.
I'm like, oh, and she's aging backwards.
Right. And when I see those, I'm like, I don't even think that looks like you. How do you think that looks like you? Enough to even put it out on social media.
So true.
Yes.
So big plans for this year. Any good vacations?
Ooh, I actually just did London and Paris with my daughter.
You did?
Yes, I did. And that was fun. That was our first time, both of us,
just
to
a girls'
do those.
trip.
Yes,
Nice.
with my niece and my sister. And then, I don't know, like I'm going to do a Destin REMAX trip. And then we have a beach house in Florida, so that's always on the agenda. So, and football game with some college military friends. We're going to do some rival college football game.
Where'd you go to school again?
In University of Nebraska.
I say in Nebraska?
Yeah, so we're doing the Oregon-Nebraska game in Eugene
Nice.
In October.
Fun.
Whatever.
Fun.
Yeah.
And your son's going to be in Norfolk by the end of the year.
He is. I found him a great referral partner to sell him a house. Yes, because he may or may not be flying the aircraft that she did.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yes, I'm excited to
Yeah.
have them. And that
Yeah.
means that you'll come out and visit and I'll get to see more of you.
Exactly.
And I won't even have to travel.
Exactly. Yes.
Which is
and
awesome.
I can write it off.
That's right. I see networking lunches in our future.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool. It's a very
Yeah.
small world that, that we meet through REMAX and then your son flies E2s. Which
Right.
Is really
He was so jazzed. I told him, I said, hey, I've got a few referral partners in Virginia Beach, like who are you thinking? Like, I've got this person, this person, this person. He's like, oh, I want the retired Navy. Yeah. And I did not realize that you guys were going to
be in the same community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
husband was Hawkeyes before he flew
Yes.
Hornets. So
And
it is a
then-
very small, tight-knit network
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
aviation.
Yeah. He was so jazzed.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yes.
So I can tell him all his instructors are going to be at the RAG and the training
Right.
command.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great R4. Thank you for
you.
joining us.
Thank
if
you
people
for
want
having
to
me.
find you, how do they find you?
I am on Instagram, Facebook, all of the usuals, but Jill Vodicka at Gmail or
And you have a really great slogan, by the way. I have to go
Sure.
back to it because
Yes.
you are absolute vodka with absolute service, right?
Jill Vodicka Absolute
it's
Results.
Absolute
Yes.
results.
Yes.
Because
yes.
you always give us the nice little airplane bottles.
yes,
which
of
I love.
Absolute Vodka. Yes. Yes.
Which is really awesome.
Yeah. It was maybe not the most proper tagline or thing to embrace,
Yeah, but you have to embrace it.
If
Yeah.
that's what you're given, got to
You work
roll
with
with
it.
it.
Yeah, I
and we're
rolled-
realtors.
I rolled with Dahl in the Navy for call signs. And it wasn't always appropriate either, but
There you go.
we
Yeah.
work with it. So
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I
Thank
hope
you,
have
Amy.
a great, great week. And thanks for joining us as well. It has been fun to highlight some of these agents from all over the country and my great referral partners from East Coast to West Coast. You are in great hands with REMAX agents. And until next time, I'm your host, Amy Dahl.